Home was finally where the heart was for the Washington Redskins, as another masterful performance by Robert Griffin III at quarterback, leading the Redskins to victory 38-26 against the Minnesota Vikings here at FedEx Field, Washington's first home win in over a calendar year. And they were led by their amazing rookie quarterback, suffering no ill effects from a concussion he suffered right here last week in a loss against the Atlanta Falcons. 320 total yards, 17 of 22 passing, and 138 yards on the ground, including a 76-yard scamper on 3rd down and 4 late in the game to seal the victory, a 76-yard touchdown run. And as important as it was for the offense to key the Redskins to victory, its defense definitely held the fort, especially at the beginning of the game. Each of the Vikings' first 3 possessions on offense went inside of the red zone for the Washington Redskins, but the Vikings only got field goals on each of those 3 possessions. And after the game, I talked with one of the Redskins defensive stars, Ryan Kerrigan, and we talked about, among other things, the importance of those defensive stands early in the game.
That's the big thing. I mean, you're going to give up yards in this league, especially to an offense like that can move the ball both through the air and on the ground. So, but I was proud of us in that we didn't allow any touchdowns, because there's a big difference between 9 points and 14, 17 points. So it's a good job by us not breaking down that far, and is good. I mean, ultimately, for the most part of the game, we did that.
And then after that, your offense picked it up in the second quarter, and then beyond. How great was it to see your guys get going and finally get the ball and then get going on offense and get back into the game and take the lead?
They did really well, and that's what we've come to expect from them this season. They've been awesome. I mean, obviously, Robert's done phenomenal things for us so far, and that touchdown run at the end was amazing.
31-12, you guys were up, and then Minnesota started to make a little bit of a comeback. Was there a little bit of complacency? Was it Minnesota just playing better? Just talk about Minnesota's comeback and how that came about, at least in your eyes.
They're a good offensive unit. I mean, they can move the ball on the ground and through the air. With they got probably the best running back in the NFL, and he's coming off a knee injury, but you wouldn't know it. And they're going to get some yards, and they're going to it's tough to keep a team like that out of the end zone. And unfortunately, we couldn't do it, but our offense had our back in the end.
And it feels good to finally get a home win here in D.C. and Maryland. It's been over a year, so talk about the feeling of finally winning in front of your home fans.
Well, these fans deserve it. I mean, we have great fans, and you heard how loud they were throughout the game, and especially when when things were going great for us. And that's what we need to have all the time. We need to have FedEx Field be a place, a home field advantage for us, and today it definitely was.
And now next week you're going to be playing for first place with the New York Giants in New Jersey. Just take us through that game. It's a big game. Every game's a big game, but now you're playing a division game finally, and it's for the division lead. Division
games are the best. There's so much on the line. Each team knows each other really well, and there's so much on the line. Like I said, each game, and I'm excited because the atmosphere at division games is just picked up another notch from normal games.
Kerrigan and that Redskins defense held the Minnesota Vikings on offense to 9 total yards in the second quarter as the Redskins started their comeback from a 9-0 deficit on their way to a 38-26 12-point victory against the Minnesota Vikings. So the Redskins improved to 3-3 on the year, only a game back of the division lead. And it just so happens that next week the Redskins will take on the leaders of the NFC East, the New York Giants, at MetLife Stadium in the Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Next week, Redskins and Giants for the division lead. The Minnesota Vikings fall to 4-2, a half game back of the Chicago Bears of first place in the NFC North. They will go back home to Mall of America Field in Minneapolis, and they will take on the Arizona Cardinals next week. So once again, stay tuned here on ALotofSportsTalk.com for more post-game reaction, as well as the recap of this football game. The Washington Redskins, a 12-point victory over the Minnesota Vikings, 38-26. The first win for the Washington Redskins here at home since September 18th of last year. Reporting from Landover, Maryland, my name is Adesina Koiki. This is ALotofSportsTalk.com.